Hello wrestling fans, the Wrestling Wizard here and welcome to another video. Now this video is a quick little preview for the Royal Rumble video, if you like, in regards to Bray Wyatt, because I've been asked this question numerous times. What did you think? What were your thoughts and opinions on the Ryan Satin Bray Wyatt interview? Now first and foremost, I was very jealous of Ryan Satin getting to do that interview because we know how rare Bray Wyatt interviews were, but I thought it was very interesting because you still don't know what to take from it. Now, at face value here, we look at the fact that Bray Wyatt said that the Fiend died in Tampa Bay at WrestleMania 37 when, of course, he was defeated by Randy Orton with the distraction from Alexa Bliss. But at the same time, he did say that Alexa Bliss was the final shining element, I guess, of that gimmick. So that doesn't necessarily scream revenge, potentially. Remember, through this whole story, Bray Wyatt has resisted the Fiend against Uncle Howdy's wishes. So it'd be quite logical for him to say that he didn't want to be the Fiend again, because he's already said that. Yeah, it ruined his life. So he, in his mind, the Fiend did die at WrestleMania 37. Of course, interesting to hear about the Uncle Howdy side of things as well, that Uncle Howdy, essentially that gimmick, is just getting started and it's so complex, more complex than we could ever imagine. And so you've got to think, with the all but confirmation that Bo Dallas is playing Uncle Howdy, how does this dynamic play out at the Royal Rumble in terms of storyline? Now, to answer the question in regards to, is the Fiend dead? Will the Fiend return? I still don't know. There's two sides of this. If Bray Wyatt is playing these multiple versions of himself, so say for instance we've got the Eater of Worlds, Uncle Howdy, whatever form that takes on, and say the Fiend in a kind of Three Faces of Foley type gimmick, assuming Uncle Howdy can take on various characters, like that would be one way to still have the Fiend involved as the Fiend as we know it, in terms of the master presentation, the entrance. Remember, Code Orange recorded Bray's latest theme. They recorded the Fiend's theme. So he could well use that. We saw them play Live in Fear on this week's episode of SmackDown when LA Knight mocked Bray Wyatt. So they can well use these themes to play these various gimmicks. And that would work. And maybe the Fiend uses a special attraction gimmick. We don't see him very often, but he's used sparingly, but he still lives on. But through Uncle Howdy, we see numerous variations of Bray Wyatt and new characters. Now, Bray might have been so psychologically and emotionally scarred from the way that the Fiend was originally booked earlier on and the way it was treated, especially at WrestleMania 37, that he doesn't want to go back there again. He wants to start afresh. He wants to start with something completely new. Maybe something that is really an evolution of the Fiend, a new character entirely. And if you think about merchandise, you think about freshening things up. Yes, there's a lot of fans that love the Fiend, but I don't think they complain if something even darker and more sinister, a man in a mask just causing absolute havoc in WWE. Showing no emotion, showing no fear, just an absolute killing machine, but more of a psychological angle to it this time, then that makes sense. And it was interesting from the interview, Bray saying that, you know, a lot of these storylines now are true to his life and things that have happened throughout his life. And so 100% that's psychological, isn't it? Like that's going to be, because this is Bray battling multiple demons on multiple scales. And so that's what's really exciting about all this. Like, we don't know. We could see the Fiend show up and that confuses us because Bray didn't want the Fiend back. The Fiend's dead. Or we could see something completely new. It all depends on the way this is going to play out longer term as well. Having multiple characters is great because it freshens things up, but at the same time it can get a bit confusing, it can get a bit complicated. But hey, this is Bray Wyatt we're talking about, and he's as cryptic as heck, and we're still talking about the man in the woods to this day. So whatever happens, I'd love the fact that we're going into this pitch black match. When the lights go out, we're going to see him? Who is him? Who is him? Does this follow on from the White Rabbit project as well? There's so many tie-ins with the psychological reports from Bray Wyatt as well. We don't know whether he's telling the truth at all in that interview. it appeared full on kayfabe with a little bit of real life. And so, what do you make from that? If The Fiend was going to return at the Royal Rumble, Bray Wyatt wouldn't say The Fiend is returning at the Royal Rumble, would he? Because that'd just be daft. Like, you're going to want that suspense. Even when Cody Rhodes returned to WWE at WrestleMania last year, there were still some doubts last minute. People saying, oh, you know, it's not been confirmed, it could not happen. And it did. So, you know, unpredictability has been missed in WWE, and the way Triple H books things nowadays, he's brought back that fun element as well. That kid at Christmas waiting for something to happen because you don't know what's going to happen. That's my take on it. I couldn't answer it. I got to be honest with you. What are your thoughts and opinions? Get down in the comments section. Share your thoughts and opinions. What do you think about it? Like, do you think this is The Fiend done? Or do you think we're going to see something completely new? Or do you think we're going to see every single character brought back to life in the Pitch Black match? As always, be really appreciative if you can like the video, share the video, get down in the comment section and share your thoughts and opinions. And the next video that will be up will be Wizard Watch, the review from tonight's Royal Rumble. See you soon.